That music. That little beat there in the beginning, it gets me every time, man. I like that. It's a good vibe. All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. So, today... Okay. Today... Waiting for the single to drop. Today, CPI. Oh, Brad, man. Don't talk to me about it. Yeah, I don't know, Brad. Young team. I don't know if they got it. But it's a bright future. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see what happens. Big game. Good morning, everyone. Wow, the Kings won last night in overtime. I missed that. The Leafs won. Blues won. Rangers tonight at home. All right, guys. So today we have CPI data at 8:30 in about 30 minutes. 21 minutes. 2014 3-1 down. Yeah. All right. I'll keep my hopes up for you, Brad. So 8:30 CPI data. That's going to be big. I basically told the group I'm not going to do any real technicals until 8:30. So we'll look at some stuff, guys, but I want to preface this. If we look at anything before 8:30, it's going to be likely changed because CPI data will most likely cause a reaction on this market here in about 29 minutes. So we'll look at some stuff, but we're going to have to look basically at everything again after 8:30. So we'll do some things before 8:30. We'll look at the futures. We'll look at maybe we'll look at my trades first if you guys want to do that, and then I'll go through a few names that I'm watching today, and then wait for CPI data to come out. So that's gonna be the big one. That's gonna be the big news today, and market moving, and we have to just anticipate, right? We cannot try to guess what's going to happen, right? We can't just try to predict what's going to happen. We need to see what happens, and we need to react to it. So let's do that today. Let's react to what the market's doing, and then we'll sort of dive into it deeper after 8:30. So today, futures, as always. May CPI be with you. Yes. Economic earnings calendar. We'll look at Nvidia 180 level. That's a big level I'm watching. Tesla 820, big channel resistance. AMD is creating a new channel. Square is trying to hold 80 after a really ugly week. Square's down like 16% this week, which is insane. So really ugly on the Square side of things. So we'll look at that. Facebook, still watching Facebook under 200. Really not getting over that 200 level, so worth keeping an eye out for. We'll look at Lulu, stock that's sitting at a major support. Interested in watching this one. I don't know if anyone caught this, but the XLF had a huge breakdown over the last few days. XLF broke an important support level, very important, and it's starting to slip aggressively. So watching the banks especially off the CPI, but definitely watching the banks on this breakdown. And then oil. Oil's up 4% this morning, so a very big push on oil. And then we will look at my trades. But the juicy stuff will likely come after we get CPI. We'll have to reassess the futures and all the levels. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Let's get as much as we can get in before 8:30, and then see what this market does. So here is the Nasdaq, guys, and what happened yesterday, right? We talked about this on the live stream, and it just continues to come true. Yesterday we got a push into 12.5, and we had a beautiful, beautiful rejection. So just again, can't stress the importance of watching these ES and NQ levels because they just continue to turn into resistance. So right here, guys, we talked about this level on Monday. We talked about this level yesterday in the pre-market. We were watching the upside. We said, hey, watch out for 13.5. That's a very potential rejection point. And you guys can see what happened. I mean, it's just a perfect rejection. Now, This morning, we are sitting at a very interesting level. Look at where the Nasdaq is sitting as we speak right now. It is sitting right there at yesterday's highs. This is all up to CPI right here, right? It's sort of at the middle of the seesaw. They've basically put the market right at the middle of the seesaw, and they're just going to let the CPI weight fall on either side, all right? Which side is the CPI weight falling on today? That's my best analogy for you approaching today. We're sitting at the middle of a seesaw, right? What's a seesaw look like? Something like this. Right? And you're sort of like this. Which way is the seesaw dropping? Left side or right side? And that is what we need to wait to see. That is what we have to wait and see what occurs here today. We either get the push off CPI or we get the break, which you guys can see I've drawn out here. It's actually a pretty clean bear flag forming here. We'll look at it in a longer term time frame, but you have a bear flag that has been forming here potentially here on the 5-minute hourly chart. So as of right now, it is very difficult for me to tell you, right? I can't really tell you what's going to be happening here. All I can tell you is that I'll just sort of point out the levels to watch, right? Because the next level here after this 12.5, if we do break through this, you are moving up towards that 12.7. All right, 12.7 is the next level. Now, if I zoom out, I will show you exactly why. So the next level you should be interested in is these Monday lows from last week, right here. Monday's lows, then you also have Thursday's lows, and then you have a consolidation and resistance here, right in this 12.7 range. So, in my opinion, if the market reacts positively to CPI, right? If it reacts positively, and I'm going to say this not so much based off what the CPI numbers are, because I don't really care what the CPI numbers are. I just need to see how the market reacts to them. The CPI numbers could be terrible, but if the market reacts positively, maybe they're better than expected, right? How does the market react to it? That's more important than, what's the number. So if the market reacts positively to the numbers, I think you could see a push towards this 12.7 today, right? That's about a 1.5% increase from these levels. Right up in here, about 2%. If the market reacts positively, I think you can see 12.7 today, right up in this gap. It basically would give back or take back, the Friday after hours drop here. Friday, end of day and after hours drop. You would basically you sort of make that move back. I think you can see a move there if the market reacts positively, right? That's a big if. If it's even stronger than that, the next level to watch out for is here on the 4-hour. And that is this 12.8, 12.9, right? Right up in here. Actually, let me get that on the hourly for you. I think it looks better on the hourly. Here we go. Yeah, I guess you could say that, but it's just, you really can't use historical data on what happened last CPI, right? It's got a weird noise out of my phone. All right, so if you can get past that 12.7, I'll zoom in here so you can see this a little better. If you get past that 12.7, 12.8 right here, then maybe you can see a push towards that 12.9. But I really don't see it over this. This is a pretty big level here, guys. You have some consolidation here. You have a previous support. You have some resistance here. And, there is potential for a pop either to 12.750 or 12.870, right? 12.9, right up in here. This is really the upper bound of what I think you can see. Basically making back for, all of last week's really ugly drop late week. Thursday, Friday, making up for, this big drop here and just sort of coming back to that level. That would be the extent of what I think you could see if the market reacts very bullish to CPI. Now, that's the positive scenario, right? That's the positive scenario, right? Something like this. You could see that. You could see the 12.7 scenario happen before market open. Yeah, absolutely. But then we have to see, does market open reject it, right? There's so many scenarios here, but you got to just focus on the levels. 12.7, 12.9, Those are my two upside targets if the market's positive. However, you have to remember, right? You could get something like this. You could get something like this, right? So just watch out for those levels to the upside. Next, so let's say the numbers are negative. Let's say the reaction is negative. What am I looking at if it's negative? I am looking at a potentially very ugly bear flag. That's really it. If the CPI, if the market reacts negatively to the CPI number, this bear flag looks like it's ready to go, right? I could totally see that occurring. So 12.2 has held up very nicely over the last few days. If you guys sort of watch the price action intraday over the last 2 days, you will see that when the market comes down to this 12.2, there is quite a bit of support. So you can see yesterday, right here, see this 12.2 area? Look at the consolidation all afternoon yesterday, and then the reaction off of it. We had some consolidation here, and we quickly rebounded off 12.2. So you got 12.2 support to the downside. 1 second. Get 30 days. You got 12.2 support to the downside. Right here. If you break that, then we're going to 12,000 and probably lower. Right? Here's the bearish scenario. Here, right? Bearish scenario, down, bear flag breakdown, CPI numbers bad, we're moving down lower. Positive scenario, you probably see a push into 12.7, 12.750. You either reject. If you do not, you get a move into 12.8, 12.9, right? That's what I would watch. Those are the things that I would watch today. That's basically my game plan. Do I see a push into 12.750 or do I see a push into 12.9? I will not be buying calls at these levels. I will look to see, is there some free space? Is there some room for me to take opportunity? I will not be attempting to buy calls at these supply levels. That's just too dangerous. So watching these two supply levels, 12.9, 12.750, if it's positive, if it's negative, down, bear flag breakdown. So that's my game plan heading into today, guys. That's what I will be watching. I think you should put those levels on your charts as well. ES, very similar. Very, very similar on the ES. So the ES has that Friday low, that Monday high, and you can see, just looking at what happened yesterday, guys, look at what occurred yesterday during the market open, or right near market open. Where did the ES fail yesterday? Boom, right there. 40.60, the exact level that we've been watching. Support, support, rejection, rejection. This is a huge rejection. So look at that. Just monster, just dead right there, right off that level. So we know there's a lot of sellers here. Would I go short off those levels? I would have to wait, right? See that I would have to definitely stay patient and wait to see a clear rejection. Something like this, right? I took shorts off this rejection yesterday. Because I just saw how nasty the rejection was, right? I need to see something of this magnitude, or even just a lower high, something like this. This could be your entry after seeing a lower high. You got to wait it out. You can't just buy puts as soon as it hits the supply, right? You got to wait and see it actually start to show you the resistance is there. So on the ES, guys, right? 40.60. That is a huge level. If you can get through 40.60 on CPI, then I think you have some free space here up until the 41s, because there is not much here. So you can clearly see, guys, if you get a push over this kind of previous resistance, there should be a squeeze, right? There should be a squeeze. If you can break and retest this level, you should see some type of squeeze to the upside. But that is a big if, right? I'm never 100% positive of anything. I'm just pointing out the levels for you guys. You should see a pretty big move. If you can regain 40.60, if you can find some buyers above that level, there really isn't anything here to make me think that there won't be a little bit of a vacuum effect towards that 41.50. That's if the market is positive to CPI. If it's negative, right? If it's negative, bear flag, same exact thing. If the market reacts negatively, bear flag back to 39.50. All right? So that's sort of what I'm watching. 40.60, if you break that, I think you get some sympathy. If you react negatively, I would watch the bear flag, guys, right here on the ES. Okay, that's what I am watching. That is going to be important here today. I would absolutely pay attention to those levels. The Dow is still trying to hold on to this 32,000. So you can see right here, guys, if I go to the 4-hour chart, the Dow is just holding on for dear life at 32,000. Right here, previous support, previous support. As you guys know, I'm not that sort of focused on the Dow because I'm, more of a trader on tech and basically tech. So I focus more on the Nasdaq more than anything. But the Dow, you can see, is just it's just really not doing anything for us here, guys. I mean, it's sliding. It's down like 1.5%, 2% this week, just sort of sliding lower very slowly. I don't think you're really going to get much data that you need looking at the Dow. I would just say watch out for the hold of around the 32,000 level. Finally, Russell. Russell actually did Russell come back to our price target yesterday? Pretty damn close, 1721. I was saying that the Russell needs to come back to 17, and it looks like it. I mean, that could be your test right there. I mean, I know it's a little off, but you can see Russell came back to our 1700 price target right there. Pretty nice. You can see why does it need to come back? Because you have a break, a retest, and you're coming back to the next level, right? So you can see 1700 right here. You basically tapped it. I mean, you were a little bit off, but you basically tapped the 17. So let's see how the Russell reacts off that 1700, guys. Obviously, that's going to depend on CPI today. So to recap, the futures, guys, I think the most important ones are obviously watching the Nasdaq. I will say, if we do a quick further out analysis on the Nasdaq, look how important this 12.2 level is, guys. Look how important that 12.2 level is. Just take a second and look at the daily chart. That is a very important level. And you know what? There might be a reason for a little bit of a sympathy bounce off this. So I am definitely open to both ways today. You can see that 12.2, 13,000 area is also these previous lows. So you have quite a bit, right? You have quite a bit of levels here to watch out for on the upside. But if you get a sympathy bounce, you probably come into that 12.8, that 13. If I clear this up real quick, I will share with you what I'm looking at here. So if I clear this up and I look at the daily chart, just the daily chart on the Nasdaq, you can see I could totally foresee something like this, right? You could totally foresee a push, a sympathy push up into that 13K, previous lows, right here, previous low, right? You could totally see a little sympathy push into that 13, turn previous support into resistance, right? And then start to reject right there. So there is just, looking at this chart, guys, in general, you need to change yourself as a trader, all right, from just trying to buy calls and trying to find the market to reverse, because the trend is clearly down and everything has been getting sold into. Every pop is sold into. And until that clearly changes, I think we need to continue to look. I think we need to continue to think that way. That is, that's been my mindset. Where are the rejections coming in? Because those are the real opportunities in this market as of right now. There is no longer buying high day breakouts. There is no longer buying at supply levels. That is no longer a value or valid strategy in a weak bearish market. You need to look for rejections. And that's been working for me. I think that is a good advice. I think you'd rather look for rejections than try to play breakouts in a stock market that is trending to the downside. That is usually how you play a bearish market. Play the rejections. You do not trade the breakouts. So that's what I'm watching today, guys. Right around this 13K would be like the extreme level to the upside. But as I sort of pointed out earlier, there definitely are other levels to watch out for, which I will go over real quickly. Once again, just reiterating it, just killing some time here before the CPI data. You have the 12,550. You have the low here around 12.8, and then you have the 13,000, right? And you even have some of these consolidation areas. So you have these lows here, right? You have these highs here at 12,550, and then you have that big daily chart 13,000 level. So if I go down to the 15-minute chart, you can see pretty clear, right? And look at what the Nasdaq is doing as we speak. What is the Nasdaq doing as we speak? Look at that rejection. So it's there, right? The levels are there. They are working, but we need to wait for CPI. Okay. That is what I would be watching, guys. So let's continue. CPI data is out in 10 minutes, guys. So I'm going to have it here live. Don't you worry. Everyone relax. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Just don't stress. Let's look at the earnings calendar. Earnings calendar right here. All right. That's way too big. Jesus. Okay. So today we have Yeti before, Fiverr before, not much else. We have Disney after hours, Rivian after hours. We have Dutch Bros Beyond Meat, Sonos, Bumble after hours. Tomorrow, Affirm's probably the only one that's interesting here. That's really it. Yesterday we had SoFi, Roblox, Oxy, Trade Desk, Coinbase, Unity, Wynn Resorts. So we had some big ones. Definitely some big ones, which we can go ahead and review. If we go to the economic calendar, we'll go ahead and pull up the economic calendar so you guys can just see real quick. This is what we're all waiting for right now. CPI, 8:30. Federal budget at 2 p.m., but this is the big one, right? CPI, 8:30. Rest of the week, not too much on the docket. You have jobless claims. That's normal Thursday. And then Friday, nothing much. You have 5-year expectations, inflation expectations. You have some Fed president speaking, but the big one is obviously going to be in about 9 minutes right here. So that's that. Anything to look out for next week? Not too much. You have retail sales, which could be interesting, but nothing of Jerome Powell or anything like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at, it's at 8:30, guys. CPI data is at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. There you go. Okay. What do we want to look at while we wait? Because I'd rather look at these levels after, let's go ahead and look at my trades from yesterday. How's that? I'd rather look at these levels post CPI, guys. I don't think we should re-look at these things after CPI. I don't think that is a very smart thing to do. I don't think we should be looking at these things 2 times in a row. We can go ahead and look at my trades from yesterday, and we can go look at some of the earnings reactions that we saw yesterday as well. Okay, so let's go first with the stocks that reported yesterday. Coinbase was one of them, right? Coinbase is getting hurt, guys. A lot of crap's going on in the Bitcoin world and the crypto world. I'm not interested in it at all. Literally 0% interested. So don't ask me about why a stable coin dropped 30%, whatever the hell it did. I have no idea. It doesn't involve me. So Coinbase is obviously getting hit, guys. This is the all-time low on Coinbase. Look at this weekly chart. Crazy. That's pretty crazy. So you can see a big drop under that 212. You can see the rejection that happened right there, and then we are just sliding. So yeah, I mean, I would look for more downside. That's what I would look for. See where this thing can reject. See if it rejects maybe this 64. See if it rejects around this 68. See if it fails under these yesterday's lows, right around this 58. That's what I would look for, right? Just look to see if the earnings continuation just continues to slide. But yeah, that is ugly stuff. Yeah, and ARK keeps buying it. Unity Software reported as well. No good there. If we go to the daily chart, we can see this is this all-time lows for Unity? I think it is. Unity Software, all-time lows. Look at that bear flag breakdown. Man, do I wish I caught that. I don't even know when I drew that, but that looks really nice there. All-time lows on Unity. You guys can see here. Again, what would I do in this situation? I would just look for I'd probably look for an earnings continuation slide. Look to see if this bear flag breaks, and then see if you can get this thing to slide once again. What else reported? We had Roblox report, RBLX. Really nothing on Roblox. Really didn't move much. Sort of just staying sideways. This is also all-time lows on Roblox. All-time lows on a lot of stocks. All-time lows on Roblox down to 21. And I don't see this trend changing anytime soon, guys. I mean, this thing is just on an absolute slide. If we go to the last 5 days, look at what's happened over the last 5 days. I mean, it's literally just in a intense downtrend. So what would I look for? I would look for this to continue to slip. Same exact thing. You guys have seen what's happened on bad earnings. They continue to slip the following day. Earnings continuation. We can take a look at Oxy because it had earnings yesterday. Didn't really do much. I think Oxy is going to be more sort of movement off the oil sector, which the oil sector is up 4% this morning, right? 4% this morning. You are up on the oil sector. If we go to the daily chart, we can see that oil is still holding up, right? Oil is still just consolidating here. Not so much in a flag anymore, right? Not so much in a flag like I was sort of talking about. More of just a complete channel. Just totally chopping above 95 and right up below like 110, 120. Just continuously chopping here. There's going to be an interesting move here eventually. I don't know when that happens, but when it does, right, that will obviously influence a stock like Oxy. It'll influence a stock like CVX, like XOM, like USO, right? These are all going to be affected by whatever move that oil futures contract does. So I know Oxy had earnings, but I would, the reason it's up right now is because of oil futures being up, right? This move right here is because of oil futures. So, we can take a quick look at Upstart just because it got absolutely demolished. As you guys know, I have like 3 or 4 shares of Upstart, I believe. So, yeah, I have an average price of like 100. So, yeah, obviously I'm down. I'm down. I'm part of the Upstart bag holding group. With 4 shares, I allocated 2% of my portfolio. So, it was sort of that, I always allocate like 2% to like a few sort of speculative names, and obviously speculative names are not doing well in this market. So obviously I am down on those. You can see a very ugly move to the downside, and the reason why Upstart dropped so much is because of their guidance. Their guidance was very shaky. Their guidance basically said that we are not sure about the future of loans, right? We don't know how many consumers will be taking out loans. There's going to be higher interest rates. There's going to be less volume. There's going to be loans that are currently under the process of being loaned out that may be canceled. They said a lot of things that should not excite investors. So that is really the biggest reason why you got that drop, is just a really bad guidance from the company. And you can see just nothing going on here. So is this a time to buy Upstart? I really couldn't answer that question. I know a lot of people are probably wondering that. If you want to take it off IPO levels, then here you go, guys. If you ever wanted Upstart back at IPO levels, you are basically at that level right now. So you're basically back to December 2020 IPO levels. Crazy. All right, we got CPI data dropping here in 2 minutes. This live stream will be much more focused after that, guys. So if you're here sticking with me, thank you. I'm just personally waiting until the data comes out in 2 minutes so that we can look at everything. I'm not going to look at stuff now, have CPI data come out, and then look at it again. It's just a waste of time. So we'll look at it together. We'll look at what's going on here in about a minute and a half, and that's why I'm just waiting for the move to come out. So let's pull up the Nasdaq. Let's go over. Do we have time? We don't have time to go over my trades. We'll look at my trades after CPI reaction. So we'll pull up the Nasdaq. We'll pull up good old Walter. We can see right here, Walter in the Discord chat gives us the updated news. And when that CPI drops, we should see a message pop up here. So there's the Nasdaq right there. You guys can see on the right, this is the 1 minute chart on the Nasdaq. We will see how the reaction is, and we will see the news drop right here, guys, on this Discord tab. Cheers. Let's see what happens. And then we can go ahead and make an educated analysis for the next 30 minutes of the live stream. Okay, we got 30 seconds here. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the live stream. Press the like button now that you got some time. You got 30 seconds to press the like button. All right, so you're getting a little bit of volatility here on this 1 minute candle. Is the news out? It's early. Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be out early. I got wild berry. Oh, okay. That is wow. All right. That is down. That is very down. It's off my charts. We cannot see it. It is no longer there. Okay. So, let's see. What is the numbers here? Let's wait for a second reaction. Let's see if there's a second reaction. Ouch. All right, hold on. Where's Walter? Come on, Walter. Where's the news, bud? You should never panic. I think that was a joke. My pants are so fancy. Come on, Walter. Where's the news, bud? I don't know. There it is. All right, here it is. Consumer prices 0.3 versus 0.2, so higher. CPI ex food energy 0.6 versus 0.4, that's higher. Consumer prices increased 8.3 from year over year. Core CPI up 6. The market's not liking this. We're going to 12.2, right? What did I tell you? Right? We had, what's the bad scenario? Bear flag. Here's the bad scenario. Remember the bad scenario we talked about? Bear flag to 12.2. Okay? CPI data not good. 8.3 from a year earlier. Core CPI up 6.2 year over year. Your woman hide the kids. All right, so it looks like market reaction is not positive. U.S. dollar index strength, etc. CPI data last down. Okay, so U.S. dollars increasing. Typically not good, right? U.S. Treasury yields rise after CPI data. Yeah, what's the TLT at? Or I'm sorry, what's the TNX at? TNX, is the TNX trade pre-market? Yes, it does. Look at the TNX. Look at the TNX. This is the 10-year Treasury. That's spiking, right? Are the bonds moving at all? Okay, TLT moving lower. Yes, this is ugly. So, Treasury yields rising, dollar rising, stocks falling right now. Okay, now we can see what is our game plan. What is our game plan now? Right? Now we can get a little bit more of an educated decision on the game plan. So, let's go ahead and do it. So obviously, reaction is bad to CPI. Look at the... If you just played it technically, you would have made an absolute killing this morning. If you just said, hey, I don't know anything about CPI. I'm just going to play a rejection off this level, and then boom. I'm sure there's some people out there that were shorting NQ futures and had no idea that the CPI data was coming out. I can almost guarantee you that. All right, so... 1 minute chart, you guys can see we are down just about 2% in about 2 minutes here. If we go to the hourly chart, what is this resemblant of? What is this resemblant of right here? This is a very nice looking bear flag. It looks like the Nasdaq is trying to hold on to the uptrend, but if we get continuation, guys, this is a really clean bear flag. So I am definitely going to be watching this bear flag today. I'm definitely going to be looking for this drop. Guys, please don't ask me about Luna. I have no idea anything about it. I don't cover crypto. So don't ask me about that. So you can see right here, you can see the bear flag. I am looking for that break. The only thing we need to be considered of Bitcoin, please. Great. The only thing we need to be considerate of is the 12.2 support that continues to hold this market up. So 12.2 is a big level, right? So do I want to just buy puts into 12.2? Not really. I would rather see some type of... You caught that, Mr. TNT? You're crazy. You're one crazy MF, man, to be trading on the CPI data. Goddamn. So you can see right here, you have that uptrend, which it's trying to hold as of right now. You have 12-2 support. So we need to be a little bit cautious of trading the downside into this demand, right? But if we start to see us giving up this demand, if today is one of those just lower highs and lower lows all day, like we've seen before, we've seen those days where the stocks just go lower and lower and lower. Every push is rejected. Every downside moves through the lows. We've seen that plenty of times. If it's a day like that, then I definitely could see us sort of slip under this 12-2. So bear flag, 12-2 support. You got to be a little bit cautious down here, guys, because you do not want to be buying puts into demand. That is a little bit dangerous. But if we get a nice confirmation, maybe under yesterday's lows, so make sure we are watching yesterday's lows. If we get some confirmation under yesterday's lows, then I think the trade is on, right? If you get a little bit of confirmation under yesterday's lows, something like this, a little bit of a retest, and if you start seeing this, guys, that would be my my sign to really get aggressive on the downside. So that's the Nasdaq. Bear flag is working out. Oh, look at that, guys. So the bear flag that we pointed out about 20 minutes ago is definitely there. Look at that. Just take a second and look at that ES. That is a textbook bear flag. So what would I be looking at today? I would be looking at a move down towards yesterday's lows. Right here. Right towards that 39.60, 39.50. I would be looking for a move towards that 39.50, 39.60. That is a very clean bear flag. And if we get continuation, that would be a very nice move towards that 39.60, 39.50. So that's what I'd look for. Guys, I would not even think about buying a call option today. I have to be honest with you. I mean, even if you do bounce off this is going to be, there is just, how do you expect stocks to move higher with any type of real meaningful move after seeing this type of information and this type of reaction? I'm overreacting. Not everything is down. Okay. Anyways, you can see bear flag breakdown. That's what I'd be looking for. Now you definitely know your channel. If you go to the hourly chart, we can see right here. VTNR. Who cares about VTNR? VTNR? Hey, I'm not interested in that anyways. So I would look for the bear flag. You guys can see right here. You got 12,550 on Nasdaq, 12,200 on the bottom. So here's your channel today. Here's your channel today. 12.5 to 12.2, and then 40.30 to 39.50. There you go. Okay, that's what I would watch, guys. Let's go ahead and continue our live stream. Yeah, we got the idiot. I don't want to say that word, but we got more people in here today. So good luck in the chat today, guys. It's gonna be, usually our normal squad is pretty awesome, but obviously we got more today. So no one's forcing you guys to be here. If you don't want to be here, that is totally okay with me. No one's forcing you to be here. People that are here consistently know our track record. Okay, so Nvidia. Look at what's happening off CPI this morning on Nvidia, guys. This is what I'd be watching. You guys can see, look at that flag that's forming on Nvidia. This looks very interesting. Where is Nvidia? Rejecting off of? Look at this, guys. Look how clean this is today. This is a very nice opportunity. You got the 180 rejection, resistance, and you guys can see the rejection that is coming off 180. You can see if we go to the 15-minute chart, look at this bear flag. This is very, very clean right now. So what am I looking for in Nvidia? I'm looking for that bear flag to work out. I'm looking for a move back to 171, maybe the Fridays or Mondays lows, back to 168. Very clean bear flag, breaking down on the CPI data. If we go out to the daily chart, you guys remember what that 180 level was? Look how important just the fact that we are rejecting off 180 is not good. The fact that we are rejecting off 180 is not good, guys. And why do I say that? Because this was a previous support level that we are turning into resistance. If you turn support into resistance, that is bearish. So squat or bear flag, I think you move down to 161 if the market continues to move lower, right? And you can see if the market continues to move lower, if it continues to break this bear flag, which it looks like it is, I think you are coming down to that 160, like we talked about. What did we talk about 160? I think yesterday and Monday is the level we talked about on Nvidia. Hopefully it doesn't happen here too much in the pre-market because I would like to catch some of this. So that's the first watch for me. Nvidia bear flag. I really like that. Watch yesterday's lows, guys, right around 171. And if it does break down below that yesterday low, I think you got this move coming in. Okay, that's Nvidia. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla has a very defined channel that it is building. You can see right here. So Tesla channel, you can see is right between 820s and 780s. Right here, guys. 820s and 780s. You can see right here, we have a rejection. We have a rejection. We have not quite up to the rejection, but CPI data to the downside. And now you are trying to hold support. You are trying to hold support. And you can see we're trying to get a little bit of sympathy off this level this morning. Look, you can see we're still getting a little bit of hold at this 780. So what are we looking for today, guys? If Tesla drops the 780, guys, I think you are coming down to that 760. This is the level I've been telling you about on Tesla for almost a month now. So you're going to probably come down to the 760 if you get that channel break. Hourly channel, if you get a breakdown of an hourly channel, guys, there's going to be some selling pressure. So watch the 780 breakdown here. If you get the 780 breakdown here, when 760, you guys can see here, support, 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 780, resistance, 820, resistance, resistance, resistance. Do we get the breakdown? That's what I'll be watching today. So right there, guys. Right there. Right? 780. Okay, that's Tesla. Very nice. Do we break down or do we chop in this channel more? But let's see. Do we get what you guys want to look for today? The sign of a confirmation is a break, right? A breakdown of 780, maybe an intraday retest, and then you start to see rejections come in, right? That's what you're looking for. A break of 780, start to turn it into resistance, and then you get that slip. Okay, that's Tesla. AMD has a very similar channel, right? What's CNBC sending? Okay. AMD has a similar channel on the 4-hour chart. You guys can see right here. So you have a channel between this 100 and a channel between the 85, right? And if we go to the hourly chart, we can see that there is a very big level down here around this 85. If we drop this 85 today, right? If we get something like this, little break, little retest, then you're coming down to that next level, in my opinion. So I would watch AMD here under 85. This is a very big level. And then you have this resistance above around this 91, 92. This was previous support that turned into resistance. AMD, big level here around 84. If I go out to the daily chart, here's why I think you move down. If I go out to the daily chart, and I zoom in for you guys here. So in my opinion, right, if you break this 84, this shelf right here, there is really nothing else holding you up until this big level here. You guys see this big level down here? Support, 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 support. Almost 8 times, so is that 6 times support level? If you break that 84, I think you have a pretty quick ride down to the 73, 74, right? Okay, let's get a quick update on the Nasdaq. What's she doing? Breaking down yet? Okay, you're still okay. So you're right at that 12.2. You are right at that 12.2 right now, guys. This is going to be interesting. Does the market try to hold on to 12.2 today? We are right there. Right there. Okay. Square. This is a big level on Square, and I am definitely watching this. If Square wants to break this level, guys, I think there's a lot of opportunity. So what am I looking at? Daily chart. Let me get more time. Let me get 5 years here. So guys, look at this Square level. This could be very, very interesting. You can see that Square has tried to double bottom at this $80 level, $82, $80 level. You can see a previous resistance, and what is it trying to do right now? Support and support. If Square breaks this 82 and retests it as resistance, right? Something like this. I think you go to, I hate to say this, but there is really not much here for me to think that it's going to hold up after this 82. This 82 looks like a flush level to me. You guys can see it just, right there. Double bottom, previous resistance. If you slip that 82, right, there's not much here to save Square from more downside. 4-hour chart, still in a very strong downtrend. And this is definitely a flush that I am interested in catching. So you can see on the 4-hour chart, it is pretty apparent. This double bottom is very apparent. And if you slip these levels, there definitely could be some quicker downside. Volume's been increasing to the downside. I would definitely be watching that today. Square. Facebook. Does Facebook do the gap fill today? Is this the catalyst Facebook needed to do the gap fill? It could be, guys. Facebook could do the gap fill today. So I would watch this. We were watching Facebook the last few days. Facebook could not get back above 200. Look at these rejections at 200. Very clear rejections. And look at that gap on earnings. You have a gap on earnings from 181 to 192. And if you get into that gap, I think Facebook will start to accelerate to the downside. So 192, 193 is where that gap starts. And if you look at this 30-minute chart, and I get a little bit more time for us here. Right there, guys. That's where the gap is. But in this green area, if you drop this low around 192, 193, then I think you will move into the gap fill. So that is another thing that I will be watching today. Facebook gap fill. Okay. Keeping an eye on Lulu. Not a stock that I really will, aggressively trade, but I'm just sort of watching this for maybe share purchases or swing trades, long term, maybe leaps. Not sure yet. Definitely not taking anything in the short term, but I am watching this level on Lulu. Just wanted to share it with you guys. You guys can see right here. Very big level on Lulu. I mean, this is very important for this stock. You can see support right here, support right here, support right here, support right here, support right here. And again, it's trying to hold support. So I'm not making this up. This is a very major level for Lululemon. Do we get a move off of it or do we slip under, right? Retail sales next week might have something to say about this move. But if we get the slip, then we obviously know there's not going to be much love on Lulu here. There really is not much to hold Lululemon up under this 286, 289 level or 287 level. You guys can see. I mean, if I pull up the volume profile, it's going to be light under that level. It's going to be very light under that level. Look at that. Look at how light it is already, and look at how light it gets. I mean, there's basically nothing here, guys. It's basically just a straight up move. It's basically a vacuum in space. If Lulu drops this level, you're probably dropping to around this, I would say at least around this 265, this previous high here. And maybe you start to look at where these volume increases are around 220s, 230s. But you can see, guys, volume profile is showing you that if you drop this level, this 286, there is a very little amount of volume holding this stock up under this key flush point. So I would watch that. I would watch us under 286, 287. Are the indices moving even further now? Are we through 12.2? I know we're still. This looks like it's gonna fall though. I mean, it's not strong on any type of bounce here. So guys, if you're just tuning in, CPI data was negative. You can go ahead and look at, I'll go ahead and pull it up real quick. I'll just do a real quick refresher. CPI data was the market did not like it, right? So up, consumer prices up 0.3 versus 0.2, 0.6 versus 0.4 was X food and energy. And then consumer prices increased 8.3% from a year earlier, and core CPI was up 6.2% year over year. And market did not react positively to that. So if you're just dropping in, that's what I wanted to cover real quick. Let's take a look at what the XLF is. What's the reaction on the XLF? Not great. This is financials, and I just wanted to share with you guys the financials daily chart because, I don't really need to say much. Look at this chart and look at the break that we just had. This is a really big break, guys. You can see right here, 35. Look at that. Look at that slip under this flush point of 35. This is in a little bit of a free fall here. Not much to really hold this up. Maybe around this 33 and then potentially the 31.50. But right now, guys, this is under a really big level. You can see right here, support. You slip through it. I don't know if you're going to find much strength on the banks in the short term. JP Morgan's been on a really long slip. Goldman Sachs is breaking under key levels. Bank of America is, look at that. Look at that, I'm back. What am I looking at? Look at this retest of support. You have support here at 38, and look at what it did on the retest. So that just shows you everything right there. Let me get more time here. That shows you everything. You have previous support that turned into resistance. That shows you everything. I'm back right there. Wells Fargo, another chart moving down consistently. So right now, guys, banks are definitely weak and they are breaking down major levels here. If you can see right here. Look at the slip under this key level. So watch out for banks to the downside as well. They're not getting any love. And we already went over oil. Oil, let's see, what was the reaction? So oil down a little bit on CPI. Okay, so before I head out, I want to review real quick the Nasdaq, give us all a refresher on the NQ, give us all a game plan before we leave. I think that is good to give another quick analysis on the overall market. And what did we say pre-CPI? We talked about the bear flag that is forming. If the bear flag breaks down, I think you are coming down into the 12,000 level, right? 12,000 is the next test in my opinion. And you definitely see the bear flag. It's not something very difficult to see here. Look, bear flag. We saw the breakdown off CPI. Next level is likely towards that 12,000. If we go ahead and get more time here, you can see that this 12.2 level, guys, is a very important level. You can see this is a previous resistance into support. And if you break down that level, right, there is going to be some more downside. It's a very choppy area here, guys. I have to be honest with you. This is a very difficult area. There's really nothing of clean structure. Okay. This is an automated ad. Great. So if you drop 12.2 today, guys, I would look for 12,000. If you drop 12,000, guys, this is a... Just take a look at this area on the Nasdaq. It's not the cleanest of areas. You can see, if I delete this, if you focus in on this area on the Nasdaq, this price action where the green area is right over here, it's not a very clean area of price action. There's really not much structure in that zone. So that's going to make it a little bit difficult to read exactly where there could be support. I would definitely watch these lows around 11,000. You can see these are previous highs and previous support levels. At least that gives us some structure around 11,000, right? You have structure here at 11, and then you have structure here at 12.2. In between 11 and 12.2, there is a total mess on the Nasdaq. It's up, it's down, right? It's down, it's up, it's down, it's up. Not much structure of anything. So that's going to be tough in that area between 12.2 and 11,000 on the Nasdaq. You are back below 12.2. Oh boy. Yeah, guys. Ugly. All right, ES. We'll go ahead and review the ES real quick. Get us a game plan for today. Here we go again. DeWalt. Now this time it's DeWalt. That's great. So if we look at the ES, you can see right here, guys. If we get DeWalt, now I got DeWalt in my head. If we get ES under 39.50, which we are basically sitting at right now. Holy crap, guys. How the hell am I supposed to stop this? Someone, who's the moderator? Who wants to be a moderator? I need a moderator. Tashumbi. Tashumbi, you're a moderator. Wow, we're getting attacked. Holy crap. I'll mod you too, Fancy. If I can even get to your name before the bot. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, Fancy. You're a moderator too. All right. What a mess. So you guys can see here, 39.50 right there. You have the previous support, 39.50 right there. And you can see that 39.50 support or resistance is going to be trying to come into support right there. So watch out for that, 39.50. If we drop that today, guys, you have downside. All right, I'm just going to jump out of here soon because, I mean, unless you guys don't care about just looking at automated ads all day. But wow, that's incredible. Someone's on an attack this morning on the ads. All right, so that's the market, guys. Let's go ahead and go over the trades from yesterday. Yeah, guys, I can't. They keep on changing their name. There's nothing I can do. They just keep on changing their name. And they just keep on coming back. So let's go ahead and look at real quick the trades from yesterday. And let's go ahead and hold on. Let me get it set up for you here. So Amazon. Should we just get out of here? Should we just end it? So Amazon yesterday. Here's the trade that I took yesterday. So on Amazon, what you guys are going to see. Wow, Amazon is really down this morning. Oof. I wish I held my put. So yesterday, why did I take an Amazon put? And this was, if you guys want to see all of my live trades from yesterday, I uploaded all of them. On the channel yesterday. All of my live trades were from yesterday is on YouTube. So I have a brand new live trading video. Go ahead and check it out if you're interested. I'm going to go over my Amazon and my Nvidia trade. That's what we're going to go over. So we can see, guys, Amazon had a rejection here around this 22.50, right? Rejection. Big level at 22.50. Now, if I go ahead and pull up where I got into that trade, where is it? It is right here. Okay, so when I got into Amazon, right, I'll go ahead and pull it up for you. I got into Amazon at 9.33. Now, I got into Amazon at 9.33 because of, why did I get into it? Because of this rejection right here. I was watching this rejection, and I was saying in the pre-market, if Amazon can get back to that 29.50, I want to be looking for a rejection. Now, why am I looking for that? Because the day prior, you had a rejection and a rejection. So if I look at the 1 minute chart, we pushed up into Amazon. We started to show some rejection right at that same exact level at 29.50, and I took my shot on this red candle. So 9.33 was my entry. You guys can see it right here. And I got in on this red candle. Now, I will be honest with you. Amazon scares me, and I'm not going to lie. Amazon is a stock that I'm a little bit nervous of when I get into. I'm just not fully confident with Amazon. So I did paper hand the crap out of this stock. You can see I got out right here. I got out just about a minute later for a $430 profit, 11%. But man, oh man, look at what happened after my exit. Just crazy. I think these went up to like $80 a contract, which would have been just about a $5,000 winner. So sucks, but a nice rejection. That's why I took it, and I just wanted to share that one with you guys. I'll go ahead and share. Let's go ahead and share a loser from yesterday as well. Let's go ahead and share a loser. One of my losers was on Amazon as well, which I will share with you guys. Daily stats, yesterday's trading day. So here is, let's look at this Amazon loser. So you guys can see right here, Amazon loser. You guys can see I lost $304. End of the day up $1,400. But this loser right here was very quick. And what was I looking for on this trade? I got in at $9.49 and I got out at $9.50. And I took a $300 loss. $9.49 was right here. If I go to the 1 minute chart and I put on the 9 EMA, $9.49 was right. Am I in the 1 minute? Where's $9.49? Right here, guys. So hold on. So what was I looking for at $9.49? That was right here. So I entered right there. And what was I looking for? What I was looking for here was that I was looking for the 9 EMA to reject again. So I was looking for a rejection here at the 9 and a rejection here at the 9. What I was looking for was that little bear flag for Amazon to hit the 9 EMA and bear flag back to the downside. Now, it did not work quickly, and I just needed to cut my loss. And you can see the dangers of Amazon is that in only a minute of time, I lost $300. So I lost about $1 per contract, a little bit more, and I took my loser at $9.50, which was right here. As soon as it popped above that 9 EMA, which is what I talk about, if I see the 9 EMA pop and it's not holding below it, I take my loser. In this case, it was very good, right? You can see a very big upside move. So those are the two big trades from yesterday, guys, winner and loser. I'm just going to end this stream because I can't stand looking at this chat anymore. So I apologize, guys. So whoever's doing it, congratulations. You are really cool, and you have gotten you have caused me to end the live stream. I hope you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change it to sub only. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do that moving forward. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to change it to sub only here. So yeah, it probably is a scamming website. Turn on, so there we go, subscriber only. That's what we're gonna have to do moving forward. All right, guys. Well, that's what happens when you put CPI data in your CPI data in your title, and you get people that join. We had like 1,800 people in here, so I apologize to the 1,000 people that are usually here. I apologize. Usually it's a much more chill live stream. I hope you guys got some value out of today. That bear flag on the Nasdaq and on the ES is very clean, and I would be looking for continuation. I would not look to try it. There you go again. He subscribed to the channel. I would not here. Let's make him. We'll do it again. We'll do it later. I would not try to catch a bottom today. Do not try to find a bottom, guys. This is not a day to say I'm going to be the hero and I'm going to find where the bottom is, and I'm going to be the one that catches the bottom. I think that's something you stay away from today, guys. I think you follow the trend. It's obvious the market is weak. Let's follow that trend to the downside. Let's not try to be the heroes that say I'm going to catch the bottom here. Let's follow it. Let's do what we can do. Let's take what we can get. And yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a fantastic day. I apologize for the ridiculousness in the chat from this bot. I have no idea how it just keeps on coming back. So it's like a cockroach. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.